Should I start the music?
I think so. Well, happy Friday, everybody. Let's just get right into it.
It is CURT and Jen. Thank you for joining us for our podcast. As per always, we're happy to have you here. Please like, follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do. We would be very appreciative. What's coming up today on the program?
Tell me why. We are already talking about pumpkin spice. Tell me why.
Not right now. It's coming up, right?
Right.
Okay. The funniest movies, perhaps, over the last 50 years. Also, how Netflix is going to recommend new movies to you.
The perfect salary for the average American. A quiet cracking. I don't even know what this is. You put the story in. I'm like, what is quiet cracking? We're all going to find out together.
Yeah, it's supposedly a new phrase. The most expensive thing someone gave you, that is our question of the day. We'll have that coming up for you, your answers. Also, how many times you will likely drop your phone this year. There's an actual number.
And of course, Fun Facts Friday.
Thank you very much. Here we go.
Before we start, Kurt, I need to know. I need a six dog update.
Okay, there's still 6 puppies, so that's good.
No, well, there's 5 puppies and 1 old dog that is not
Right.
very happy.
So yeah, we still have Tilly and Teddy. Those are the dogs we adopted. They are 5 and 6, or 6 and 7 months respectively.
Those are the foster fails.
Yes, and then we decided to help out because, as always, we're working with the Washington German Shepherd Rescue, and again they had a litter dumped on them of about 8 dogs, actually 2 litters totaling about 16 dogs, and they said, we need some help. Can you foster? And we said, sure. How many do you need? What would be helpful? I thought they would say 1, but they said 3. So we've got 3 10-week-old now. I guess they're 10 weeks old.
So tell me, is there just so much poop you're picking up? And like, is there any good stories? Like, what's the deal? Have they torn?
We have partitioned off the kitchen with baby gates. So the little puppies stay in the kitchen most of the time. We also made an area in our backyard for them to run around in. They are adorable. I should post some photos, because if you're thinking about adopting a dog, these are pretty great. So we'll put up some photos somehow, right? Yeah, their names are Savannah, Spring, and the one I always forget.
Sylvia.
Probably. So yeah, Washington German Shepherd Rescue.org is the website, and go take a look. Their pictures are up there. And they're a lot of fun, and they're a lot of work.
Post it on your website or your Facebook page.
Well, I want to post it on our page that people actually look at.
Well, let's do both.
Okay, we will do both.
All
now,
right.
What's this cute story that you had about some old, they are old people?
I wanted to put this in because I just feel like you don't hear this very often. There's a couple in Canada named Ray and Jean McKay, and they just celebrated their 75th wedding anniversary. She's 96. He's 102. Do you have the audio? They got married August 16th, 1950.
Yes, I do. Here we go.
Time flies, and all too quickly.
It was in the country. There was no electricity, no running water, so everything had to be done the hard way. The wedding was at 7 o'clock, and Mr. Tardy was late, so the wedding was at 7:30. No secret, just patience and keep on trucking.
Time flies.
There you go.
So I think that, that was a condensed audio bit, right?
Yes.
And I think that someone asked them, what's the secret? And no secret, just have patience and keep talking.
Well, in the time flies thing, every now and again, something comes up that makes you think, oh man, and how it does fly, because I can remember yesterday, I can remember my first show on the radio at KRUI, the University of Iowa in Iowa City, when I couldn't say Boston, Massachusetts. Like I just said it, right?
Yeah.
Boston, Massachusetts is how it went. And here we are now.
Here we are, Kurt.
But you have better examples just because you have kids, and so that probably also enters into it as well.
Yeah. Did it? I can't remember if the audio you had in that audio about the longest record for, or the record for the longest marriage.
I think it was 88 years.
Yeah, well,
No.
it's just under 89 years. And I love that they said in their little interview that they're like, we'll probably get divorced before we hit that
Yeah, that's
or die.
stop. Not or die. Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
You know that song?
Yeah, from
Great Pumpkin.
Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin.
Great Pumpkin Waltz, exactly. And this leads into our pumpkin spice story. And you're saying already?
Yeah, why are we talking about pumpkin spice already? But here's the thing. When I really started thinking about it, I'm like, it's really no surprise. People are already decorating for Halloween, and there's already Halloween and Christmas stuff up at the stores. So yeah, why wouldn't we talk about pumpkin spice? Why
And
not?
we are. It's Starbucks pumpkin spice latte hits next Tuesday, August 26th. 4 days later than last year. So this is not actually any sooner than it has been in the past.
Oh,
But a new
sorry.
report from Instacart found pumpkin spice season is getting really getting earlier and earlier, not maybe just for Starbucks pumpkin spice, but all the other pumpkin spices.
I mean, because there's pumpkin spice everything, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
It was interesting to hear that. Where did I read that? The West Virginia is the most obsessed with pumpkin spice. I'm like, pumpkin spice products specifically. And I'm like, how can anyone beat us? I feel like the Pacific Northwest, everybody loves it. Well, I don't. I'm more in the
Right.
Hawaii camp where they like think it's disgusting there.
I did not know they thought it was disgusting there. It's yeah, because I guess we kind of feel like ownership of it because it was. I think it was a Did Starbucks first come up with this thing?
No, I mean, there's been pumpkin. I don't know what started the craze. Maybe it was Starbucks that started the craze. I mean, but they are saying that back in 2021, the sales of pumpkin spice lattes didn't peak until October, which seems to be the right vibe for me.
Right.
But last year, the peak was September 17th.
And they did find that sales of pumpkin spice coffee creamer also takes off right about now, jumping about 1,500% in the fall. So is it just that people is it not available all year long? I mean, obviously not at Starbucks, but these other places, or is it just that people are only in the mood for it in October?
I mean,
Or
you could
around this
buy
time?
stuff. You could buy literally, I think, pumpkin spice to make your own pumpkin spice. But I also don't think. I don't know. Let's move on. That's enough about pumpkin spice.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's move on.
We're giving it. I don't. Yeah.
All right. You hate it.
This is right up your alley.
That silly Dolby.
Yeah.
This is collider.com, and I know that we fell for it again. They put out these lists specifically.
Why do you keep playing that music?
It automatically loop. Okay. They put out a list of the best comedy movies of the last 50 years. That goes back to 1975. All right. And they just bait us by saying, here's the best. And of course, no, it's not right at all. Why isn't this on there? Which we're about to do.
I think I've only seen 4 movies on this list.
Which is also, I would agree that some of these are a little bit fringy. So what is this? This is like in no particular order, I don't think, but they said Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, Fish Called Wanda, also Super Bad from
I think that
2007.
movie's hilarious.
It is pretty funny. I don't think it belongs on this list. Life of Brian from Monty Python, Clerks. Also, I don't think it belongs on this list. The Big Lebowski, Bridesmaids, The Birdcage. This is Spinal Tap at number 2, and Airplane, the number 1 comedy of the last 50 years. And that pops up. Actually, Airplane pops up on a lot of lists, and I can't debate that. That's a very, very funny movie. However, Clerks, Super Bad.
I think it's interesting that of this list, only one is like in this, like in the 2000s. 2011 is Bridesmaids.
Right. Well, Ron Burgundy was 2004, Anchorman.
And
And
so, okay, yeah, you're right. And Superbad was 2007. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would say things that are missing on here. Well, maybe they only wanted to put one movie from each, like Monty Python and the Holy Grail should be on here. I think Animal House should be on there. The Blues Brothers, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. But this is just me personally, I would think should be on there like over something like Clerks. Bridesmaids was very, very funny. That is true. Did you like that movie?
Hilarious. Yes, I love that one.
Mhm. But I'm aware of some of the ones that I mentioned are a little bit fringy as well.
Yes.
Have you ever seen Team America World Police?
No,
Uh,
I have not, Kurt Cruz.
well, that's the guys from South Park did a full feature film with marionettes, which
That's why
uh,
I didn't see it.
don't watch it with your kids. Let's put it that way. All right.
Oh God.
So you decide. That's the top 10 according to Collider.com.
I don't know how I feel about how Netflix is going to recommend movies for me now.
You don't know how you feel about it?
Yeah, they're going to recommend movies based on your astrological sign. What?
Do tell.
Well, let's see. They're launching this, I think, tomorrow. Is that right? Tomorrow or today? It's
well, go to Netflix in the next few days. This is going to be happening.
Your Zodiac watch list is what they're calling it. And they're posting recommendations based on astrological signs. So here's some examples. Like Scorpios are said to be passionate, charismatic, seductive, and mysterious. So they'll get suggestions like Wednesday and the Night Agent.
What happened? The Leos they have here for Leos are supposedly confident, generous, and loyal. So their recommendations for you, Leo, will be content about royalty and leaders like the Crown and Bridgerton.
So you don't have to give Netflix any specific information about yourself. It's just going to be these, like, if you're Virgo, here's movies we think that you'll enjoy.
There's no way that can have any accuracy whatsoever. I'm sorry.
I mean, they're going to land on some right ones, but yeah.
Well, isn't it also true like with the horoscopes that they land on some correct things sometimes too? But overall, I mean, some of the horoscopes are pretty vague. Like, today would be a good day for you to be nice to people. Okay, it's but we'll see. I mean, I'll go. You do it, Jen, and I will do it. We'll go. We'll see what they say. Well, you and I are both Virgos, I think. So
I was just gonna say, speaking of horoscopes, we're both Virgos, and your birthday is coming up in like next week, Kurt.
No, I think it's in October. I think it's
at the end of this month.
Okay, we will go and we'll check out this new. We'll do the hard work for you. We'll go to Netflix and we'll find out what everybody's supposed to watch based on their zodiac sign, right?
Yes.
That's cool. That'll be our homework for the weekend, I guess. Perfect salary?
This is a bunch of bologna slices.
Again, 2 bologna slices in a row.
Yeah, we have a double bologna slices sandwich.
The perfect salary for the average American, according to a report. Let's hold off on a number yet. Okay. It's unclear why this perfect amount isn't higher, they're saying, especially with how expensive everything is right now. It's possible that people are just asking for the sweet spot where you'll be able to make ends meet comfortably. If you make the perfect salary, which according to this report is $74,000. I mean, that's got to depend a lot on where you live in the country, too.
I was just going to say that because in Seattle, I think that is very, very difficult to make happen, especially if you have a family. Right.
It's, what I don't know what the average rent here. Well, you have an idea about that. You had to rent a place in other places you were looking at around $3,500 a month. Is that right?
And Riley just got an apartment too, my oldest daughter Riley, and she was like, Mom, she says I think this is okay to say, their budget, she has a roommate, was $2,400 for a 2-bedroom apartment.
And was that difficult to find?
Yeah craziness.
Well, on that list, 20% of people said that their perfect salary would be at least $100,000 a year. And about half of employed Americans say they should be making more to support their lifestyle of what they're making now. It doesn't say what they're making, but it does say they're unhappy with their current salary.
24% of people, so almost basically 1 in 4 people say that they're unhappy with their current salary. 60% of Americans are looking for ways to make extra money. We've reported that before, that like a majority of people have a side hustle.
Yep. I had a side hustle. Now it's my main hustle, my only hustle. But I don't hustle. And I injured my hand with my side hustle.
I thought this was interesting. Actually, and I thought this was interesting. There was an advertisement from 1996 that's going viral.
Mhm.
They were predicting today's prices. It says in this ad, it looked like it was a print ad because I looked at it. They say in 30 years, a burger and fries could cost $16. So this is back in 1996 when this ad ran.
Okay.
A vacation, $12,500, and a basic car, $65,000.
That's not far off.
Right.
Mhm.
It was an ad for TIAA. It's a financial planning company that serves teachers. Anyway, I thought that was super interesting because they're not far off at all.
We are looking, Dana and I, looking to get a minivan because we have so many dogs. Actually, she it's not just for the dogs. I know you're laughing at me.
You just shut your mouth right now.
Listen, my wife and I, when we used to visit my dad in Florida, he had a minivan. We're like, you know what? This is actually a really great car. It's comfortable. It gets good gas mileage. It can carry everything. And my wife fell in love with it, not me. And we don't have any kids, right?
That is where I was just going to go there. Like, you don't even have kids. Like, that was a big, when I had kids, I told Dwayne, my now ex-husband, I'm like, I will not get a minivan.
What, see, that's the whole thing. There's this weird, I'm not going to own a minivan, even if it's the perfect thing for me, because it's a minivan.
Why are you getting a minivan and not like a big SUV where it has a lot of cargo space and you can put a lot of dogs in it?
No, a minivan where these ones have the seats that fold into the floor, and you got,
I know what you're talking about. Are you looking at Honda Odyssey? Because that's the #1 minivan, I believe. I'm
not going to tell you what we're looking at, but we have done our research, and it will not be a Honda. Nothing against Honda, but the one we like is not that.
Well, what is it?
We actually, the top three, we researched this a lot. The top three tend to be Honda and Toyota. And the third one is the Chrysler Pacifica. And that's the one we want because it's also a hybrid. So that'd be great. Here's the thing I was going to say. We're putting this together, on the little build your own car thing. And it's coming out at like 60 grand for a minivan. That's, and to me, I mean, I've owned Mercedes, I owned BMWs, and I've never paid more than 25,000, 30,000 for a car. And now that, that to me, a minivan, regular, run-of-the-mill minivan is 60 grand. That's a lot of dollars.
I cannot believe you're getting a minivan.
Well, when you see us driving around, and you're going to be jelly, so totally jelly.
The Pacifica is pretty nice. I actually went back when we were in radio. I did a little ad for them, and it's pretty.
I see. There you go. Onward. Okay. Sorry, I spent so much time talking about the minivan. I apologize for that.
Tell me about quiet cracking.
Quiet cracking?
Yeah.
This is probably happening to a lot of people. It says it's a new term, which it says it's a new term, and we're reading about it means it's probably been out for a while now. Quiet cracking. The question is here, does your boss think that you're fine, but you're secretly overwhelmed with work? There's a term for that and it's called quiet cracking. When you're still handling your job, you might even be crushing it at work, but secretly you're not really doing that great. And this, I think, describes a lot of people in a lot of jobs. I know for a while there, Jen, you had so many balls in the air when you were doing all the things at our last job. In addition to the morning show, being a co-host in the morning show and all the prep work involved with that, you're also the director of fun and games, they used to call it, right? The marketing
and promotions. Yeah.
Right. But, so the bosses see you, it looks like you're handling everything fine, but maybe, that's just on the surface, and underneath you're really struggling. So if you're meeting your deadlines and everything seems like it's fine, but behind the scenes, you feel like you can't keep it together much longer, that's really common now. And they're calling it quiet cracking.
And then they're going to be quiet quitting.
Yeah, they might be, or loudly quitting. I don't know. That's the company that does the research. They coined the term. They say that this is a stage just before the quiet quitting stage, as you just mentioned, Jen. How about the top reasons people are saying that this quiet cracking is happening?
Yes, let's talk about that. Too much work / excessive workload, personal life stress, bad management, repetitive work, poor compensation. There's your 5 reasons. Yeah.
So I wish that there was something on here that says how to avoid it, but there's no, usually they would say, here's how you can avoid it.
Well, there's 2 others that miss the top 5 that are pretty important: lack of recognition and limited opportunity for growth. Because if you're just spinning your wheels and you don't have an opportunity to grow, and no one is, even recognizing that you're doing a kick-ass job.
Right.
Meh,
And
meh.
people, I think people in general think, well, I'm not going to say I deserve more recognition because that's egotistical or whatever. But come on, bosses and managers, you got to do a good job of letting people know I recognize what you're doing. You're going above and beyond. We really appreciate it. Even if you can't offer a raise or something like that, at least give it a little acknowledgement. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. That's right. I like that. Okay.
I haven't read these yet, so I can't. I'm excited to hear what people said about our question of the day, which is, what is the most expensive thing that was ever given to you?
Yes, we had that on Wednesday. Answers, as always, Jen. Everybody always comes through. We appreciate that.
Your answer was divorce papers.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else put that, probably, but let's go through these here real quick.
Okay.
Susie the groomer says that she was tipped a 10-day cruise to see the fall leaves.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Must have been a river cruise or something. That's a good one.
Gerald said our neighbor at our business got James, Alma, and I into his pitch book suite at Climate Pledge to watch Kraken play Maple Leafs.
Oop, hello. I like that one. Randy, my wife Carrie gave me 3 kids. Those aren't cheap.
By the way, Randy, you helped with that.
That's true. You had something to do there too, buddy.
Jackie said, in quotes, a free puppy.
They're only free when they hand them to you the first day, right?
Right.
My friend Kevin, who is listening in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, said a daughter, which I think is interesting because he also has a son. So I'm wondering if daughters are more expensive than sons.
I bet so.
Yeah.
Terry, your sister, said a car. My parents gave me a car when I graduated college.
I did not know that. My sister got a car from mom and dad, huh?
You did not know that?
Well, she also graduated college, which I did not do. So maybe that was the deal. Maybe if I'd finished up and got my psychology degree as I planned,
You would have
I would have.
the car out of it.
Yeah. Truth be told, my parents did buy me my first car, but it was a crappy 1984 Chevette. Blech. All right.
Michael said a Rolex watch, and Becky said the land overlooking Lake Roosevelt that her parents gave her and her husband.
Oh,
Beautiful.
that's awesome. Eric, he was given companionship and partnership in life.
That's the most expensive thing that he was ever given.
Sonia is claiming that she just gave herself a new car. Does
Nice,
that count?
Sonia. I want to know more details on that. Jennifer said my college education, which that's a gift. I mean, it's an expensive gift for sure, but it's one that will take her far.
Laurel evidently was given a trip to Spain, Italy, and France.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And Kim said a boat.
That's the thing that is maybe that's an expensive thing to give and an expensive thing to receive as well.
Yes.
Just like the puppies, right?
That's the question we should ask. It's almost like that they answered it that way though too, is what's something someone gave you that cost you a lot of money?
Should we do that for another day?
Maybe. It's kind of maybe.
All right. What?
Oh, what's happening?
All right. It turns out if you bump this, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it turns out if you bump the space bar on the keyboard, it stops the music.
Oh, please don't stop the music. Please don't stop
All right.
I have to say that I contribute to the this average number by far. As you know, Kurt, you see me drop my phone all the time.
I do occasionally. I've gotten very good at blocking with my foot before it hits the floor to soften the blow.
We're talking about, that's talented. We're talking about how many times you'll likely drop your phone this year. It'll probably be at least this many times. A new poll found that we drop our phones a lot, even though they've become our most prized possession. The average American will drop their phone at least, do you want to guess?
I would have guessed less than this, but I can see it here, so that's not fair. But 6 in 10 people, 60% of people said, and this was the biggest number, they would drop their phone at least 10 times or more this year. And if it breaks, it says we're devastated. Just under a third of people said that they've cried because their phone broke.
I would cry if my phone broke. I think, you know why? I think because when your phone breaks, sometimes you don't know the extent to what it has broke, like what broke.
Mhm.
And people forget that maybe stuff's in the cloud or whatever. I think about all the things that I could lose that's in my phone.
Right. And if you don't save that stuff or back up your phone every now and again, it might be gone, all those photos and stuff like that. So back up your stuff. 38% of people said they'd rather lose their wallet than their phone. I disagree. About a quarter of people said breaking their phone would be more upsetting than crashing their car. Also disagree. And 25% again said it would be more upsetting than losing their child in a supermarket.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on. You can replace a kid, right? Just make another one.
Oh, I would. Oh my gosh. That quarter of people I want to talk to.
All right.
Okay.
Go
Here's
ahead.
what people said they would do. Like, these are the 5 most uncomfortable things people would do to rescue their phone from disaster.
Yes.
Number 1 is that would you dive into a pool of fully clothed, dive into a pool fully clothed at a wedding to save your phone. Almost 60% said yes, I'd absolutely do that.
I think I'd go into the water after it. You know,
I do too.
those of us that have boats as well, hopefully you've got the floating. Do you have the floating keychain? So, or the floating thing for your phone. So if it falls in the water, it floats.
No.
Well, get that. Would you climb into a dumpster to retrieve your phone? A little more than half of people said yes, they would.
I would. Would you?
Yeah, probably a dumpster.
Would you reach into a porta potty?
Oh, God, no. The specific question is, would you reach down into a porta potty at a big musical festival? Over half said that they would.
Porta potty under any circumstance if it's been used.
No way. No way. Would you miss an international flight to get your phone? Half of people said that they would catch another flight.
I might.
Would you risk climbing down onto subway tracks?
No.
Well, 2 in 10 people are dumb enough to do that.
Jeez Louise.
Is that fair to say that they're dumb?
Would you, I mean, for those of you watching YouTube, do you like my lighting? I feel like I'm like, I don't even know what, but anyway.
The sun is coming through the blinds and it looks like you're a zebra.
Yes. Okay. Keep going.
Do you want to alter that? Or are you good with that?
I'm good with it. It's fine.
Okay. All right. TikTok has a new hangover cure. And this is a little misleading. When I saw the headline, I was like, oh, I got to talk about this. But it turns out it's not actually ice baths. That's what it says. New hangover cure is ice baths. It's pretty simple. They say you just stick your face in a bowl of water. That to me is different than an ice bath, right?
There's another thing on social media that's going around for an ice bath for your face. And that's like, it's a good thing and healthy for you to, I forget. I keep seeing it that's a good thing for you to do. For
Okay.
your skin, for your nervous system.
Well, there are people that swear by the ice baths in general. You've seen them, like they have a picture of like a lodge in the Colorado mountains and they're outside jumping in this thing of ice. The ice baths or the ice, putting your face in ice water is supposed to help you feel better thanks to something known as the mammalian diving reflex. Mammalian. Basically, when the ice cold water hits our face, our body reacts by shutting down certain functions of our body. So our heart rate might slow down. That will slow down certain body processes like digestion. And that, it says, might make you feel slightly less nauseous. But Jen, does it actually work?
Tell me, does it?
At least one expert weighed in to say there is no scientific evidence supporting that this method will be effective or safe. How unsafe is it?
Okay, this is weird because we saw it on social media, so it must be true.
Well, I remember back to the Huey Lewis in the News video for I Want a New Drug, where he puts his face in a sink full of ice water, and he turned out okay.
Well, okay. We got to move through Fun Facts Friday, Kurt Cruz.
Okay, move Fun Facts Friday. Here we go.
There are at least 14 companies in the world that are over 1,000 years old, and 9 of them are in Japan. They include hotels, wineries, construction companies, and makers of religious goods.
1,000-year-old companies. Taco Bell originally started as a hot dog stand called Bell's Drive-In. Okay, I see how they got Taco Bell from Bell's Drive-In.
Instead of Once Upon a Time, Korean fairy tales usually start theirs with, in the old days when tigers used to smoke.
Those are old days when they had the smoking tigers.
Yeah.
Old. Alice Cooper once babysat Keanu Reeves when Keanu was 6 years old.
I mean,
Alice Cooper was a babysitter.
I'd like to know the circumstances around that.
How about the circumstances around this one?
Human males have the largest junk of any primates. In fact, the average chimpanzee is only half the size of an average human.
Junk.
I mean, it means, you know.
The Colorado Rockies mascot is a triceratops because a dinosaur rib bone was discovered when their ballpark was being built in 1994. That was the reason for them being the triceratops, if you've ever wondered.
Yeah, I wonder why I have this other part in here. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
After Julia Roberts broke her engagement off with Kiefer Sutherland in 1990, he took up steer roping and became a rodeo tournament winner. Did you know that?
I had no idea. I no. The last wild cow. This seems like a long time ago. It is. The last wild cow died in Poland in the year 1627. We haven't had wild cows since then.
What constitutes a wild cow? Can't you just like put some cows in the wild and say go forth and live?
I imagine they'd be pretty easy targets. They don't have much of a defense mechanism, cows. So maybe the wild cows are like, no, you can't be in the wild anymore.
Survival of the fittest, and they were not fit.
Right.
Okay,
they're
got
still
it.
not fit. The first athlete in the U.S. to ever earn $1 million in their lifetime was bare knuckle boxer, a guy named John L. Sullivan in 1882. He earned $1 million.
I know, right? I thought that was really crazy.
And in 1882 dollars or current dollars? It must be 1882 dollars.
Yeah.
Jeez.
In his lifetime, though. In his lifetime.
Right.
It takes 872 gallons of water, 872 gallons to produce 1 gallon of wine. I can't believe that, and I'm going to ask my friend Kevin, who's a winemaker at Lansing.
Okay. A gallon of that seems like that's bad. I don't like it. How about some weekend plans for the Seattle area and elsewhere?
If your movie's opening, if you want to go see a movie, which you might want to do because in the Pacific Northwest is supposed to get into the 90s this weekend. It's going to be hot.
Are you going to be on the water, Jen? Oh, that's coming up. I forgot.
The movie Relay is coming out. HoneyDon't is coming out with Chris Evans, Audrey Plaza, and Margaret Qualley.
Margaret Qualley is Andy McDowell's kid.
Oh.
And she's been in several movies. And in Eden, this has got Jude Law and Sydney Sweeney not wearing jeans, directed by Ron Howard, based on a true story. And then Splitsville with Dakota Johnson.
Okay, and then in sports, we have a lot of sports happening this weekend.
I like it.
The Mariners are in town tonight through the 27th, playing first the A's and then the Padres. The Hawks, preseason week 3, play tomorrow in Green Bay at 1:00. And then the Sounders play Kansas City Sunday at 6. And I wanted to throw this in there. The Tacoma Rainiers are going to be in town at Cheney Stadium this weekend as well.
Okay. Other things happening around the PNW. If you're jonesing for some scones, I like that. Did you write it that way, Jen?
Yes.
Jonesing for some scones. The Evergreen State Fair kicks off today and runs through Labor Day in Monroe. And a show you might want to go see, Blues Traveler. And John Popper from Blues Traveler, by the way, lives in Snohomish.
Oh,
the
really?
Blues Traveler and the Gin Blossoms are at Chateau Saint Michel tonight.
Yeah. And then if you want a good laugh, I mean, Seattle's funny this weekend. We have Seth Meyers at the Woodland Park Zoo tonight. Steve Martin, along with Martin Short, they're together at the Paramount Theater tonight and tomorrow night. And then Matt Rife, which is one of my favorites, he's at Climate Pledge on Sunday night.
I've not heard of him. He's a comedian, right?
Yes, I need to send you some of his stuff. I mean, he cracks me up. He picks on people, but it's hilarious.
Matt Rife. Okay. Also, you've got the Washington State International Kite Festival going on in Long Beach all weekend. I love Long Beach, by the way. I did a gig there once, and I thought this would be someplace I could retire to.
And with all the kites, it's so pretty. I mean, the sky is so colorful, and it's going to be blue skies. It's going to be awesome. If you don't have anything to do, I would take the kids there. And then Snoqualmie Days is tomorrow as well.
All right. So also for what are we doing for the weekend? I got to figure that out. As usually I leave this blank because I don't usually have a lot going on for the weekend. And I think it's going to be a weekend of hopefully talking to people willing to adopt 2 German Shepherd puppies. 2
or 3?
There's 3 total. So
are you keeping one, Kurt Cruz?
We are not. We cannot be that family that we've got with Bella the Beagle and the 2 shepherds that we just adopted a few months ago. That's 3 dogs is enough. 4, then you become the crazy dog people, right?
I mean, maybe.
Okay. What about you?
So since it's going to be so hot and sunny here, I'm getting on the water.
There you go.
We're having a lake day with some friends in Lake Samish. And then we're working on the house. Pat is on the home stretch for this house remodel. So I am just going to be there to support him however I can, like help to get this done.
Does he have you wear the cheerleader outfit and the pom-poms or not?
Well, if I fit into my cheer outfit, I would absolutely wear it, but it probably fits on one leg now.
Why did you go there with that? That was such a nice little thing. I thought you'd go with it. We only do that on Friday nights. Yeah.
I should have.
All right. Okay, here we go with our question of the day. This will be for Monday's show. I don't have an answer off the top of my head, Jen. Go.
How do you unwind after a long day?
I hope that there's many different and interesting stories or ideas here, because I think a lot of people are going to say glass of wine, which they will, but there's got to be other things.
I do too. I mean, I think we're going to get some typical ones, but I'm actually with you. I'm hoping that we get some interesting ones. Like, I think people will say, I go for a walk or run, I go work out, I have a glass of wine, I
smash my face into ice water.
I split the sheets with my partner. I don't know.
How do you unwind after a long day? That's what we want you to answer for Mondays. You love it. You love it. You're so proud of yourself.
I'm happy with myself.
All right.
Episodes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we will see you on Monday. Have an awesome weekend, making great memories in the sunshine if you're in the Pacific Northwest. In the meantime, we'll make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and
laugh.
Good for the
Laugh,
soul.
people.
Have a good one. We're so glad you joined us. Have a good
Thanks.
one.